Today we'll be installing this Harbor Freight boost gauge into the Civic. Welcome to Texas Honda Channel. If you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. So today I'll be installing this Harbor Freight boost gauge. Now I haven't found much on the Harbor Freight boost gauge, but it has different colors, I guess it looks like. I don't know, maybe you can put a different bulb in. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this right here for the time being. Now we're gonna be doing this kind of ghetto. I have a piece of cardboard I'm gonna use temporarily. Now bear with me because I will be putting a gauge cluster in here that has the pods built in. Unfortunately I don't have it yet, but I wanna see what boost pressure we're at. So we'll just use this piece of cardboard, cut out the circle and all that, and this will just be temporary. If this works good, I'll keep it in here. If it doesn't, I'll just go and get me a really nice digital gauge. I prefer them in PSI rather than bar, but we're gonna see how it works. All right, so this isn't even bolted in there. It hasn't been since I got the car, but this basically just pops right out. We've got some connectors that need disconnected. Then we can take it and go do what we need to. All right, so we have the centerpiece where the stereo goes, but I already made this piece of cardboard to fit. I will show you how to make this, but basically it'll slide in like that, and then it'll screw in on the back side. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I made this, and then we'll screw it all in place. This will just be temporary until I get my gauge pod. All right, starting with a piece of cardboard I just got from a box. You can take the thing that the gauge came in, and you can trace the circle wherever you want it to be. I'm just gonna go ahead and go down here with it. Now that you have the circle where the gauge is gonna sit, you're basically just gonna puncture it and cut it out. Works a little bit better with an X-Acto knife. All right, now that we've got a hole, we can go ahead and put the gauge through the hole. See if it fits. It's close, but we'll just go ahead and force it through since it's cardboard. Now you've got a gauge holder, temporary. We'll just put it in the back side of the... Now that's what it'll look like. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the gauge out, paint this piece in here black, and then we'll put it back in, and then we can start running the vacuum line and then install it back in the car. I'll just be using Duplicolor's vinyl and fabric paint since I already have some, and we'll just go ahead and paint this. Now we'll let it dry, put the gauge back in. All right, now that you've got it painted and the gauge back in, we'll go ahead and put it in on the back side of the center console piece. Trim any excess off that you need to. And then we'll find where the holes are so we can put some screws in it to temporarily hold it in place. Alright, I got it all in. I missed over here at first and went through, but we got it all installed. Get the vacuum line ran in the car, and then we'll go ahead and put this in. Alright, so over here is where it's going to go through the firewall. There's a little rubber grommet here. I'm going to poke a hole in this, and then the clear vacuum line will come out through there and run to the back side of the intake manifold where the vacuum port is back there. All right, up there you see the clear vacuum line. That's where it'll push through. Now we're gonna run that vacuum line until we can see it through here. I got it ran through there. Here's the vacuum line, comes all the way out through here. Now we'll do the wiring, which I'm just gonna use the red wire from the stereo and the black wire from the stereo and tie both the positives to this red wire and then the negative to this one, electrical tape them, and then when I turn the key forward, the light should come on. So I'm going to go ahead and get started doing that. Alright, now that we got that done, we'll go ahead and plug these connectors back in. Connect the vacuum line to the boost gauge itself. And then push it all back in. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start it up and see if it works. Well, the vacuum side seems to be working, and as you can see, the light's green. There's blue, red, turquoise, yellow, purple, white, and green. Green's my favorite color, so I'm going to leave it on there. I'll rev it up real quick. Well, so far it's working. I'm going to get Casey so that way we can go down the street and see if it can hit 12 pounds of boost. Alright, I do not recommend hitting 12 PSI without a tune, but I'm going to go ahead and do it because that's what the internal wastegate spring says. So if this says 12 PSI, or close to that, we'll know the gauge works well. Well, seems to be doing pretty good. I'll turn around and do it one more time. Well, it seems to be working pretty good. Well, that's basically it for the install. It seems to be working pretty well. That vacuum line runs to the back side of the manifold right there. Then we've got the T-piece right here, which runs to the blow-off valve and the fuel pressure regulator. Now, my wastegate is actually ran directly to the turbo. Now, I don't recommend going without a filter like I am. I have this big old factory fan which will not allow me to put a pipe or a filter on yet. So once I get my slim fan, then I'll be able to run the pipe up, the filter will sit up there, and the pipe will run down there. I did want to show you that I heat wrapped, header wrapped with the titanium header wrap on the downpipe. I got an aftermarket downpipe and it has a little more clearance between the AC and the downpipe, so that's good. Everything seems to be working pretty good now. Now I gotta save up to get the map sensor, the 4-bar map sensor, the OBD1 conversion harness, P28 ECU, S300, and obviously manual swap. I still have a little bit of work to do, but so far it's doing pretty good. I'm surprised it hasn't blown up. That was 12 PSI and it pulled pretty decent whenever we did that pull. So I'm really impressed with it, but definitely stay tuned, guys, because I will have more content coming out soon and more updates. So I'll see you guys in the next video. If you liked it, definitely hit the like button and drop me a comment below. See you in the next one. God bless.